Hello there everybody, welcome back to another episode of Try New Things. For today, we're going to do another furniture flip episode. Now this one is going to require a little bit of work, and I actually picked it up back before I picked up the coffee table lot. And I'm pretty excited about this one because it does require some work. And let me show you what I got and what my plans are. So here it is in all its current state glory. You would call it a piano bench, of course. You can see it's got a tiger oak top on it, and the rest of it is dark stain and crayon, mostly. Somebody has drawn little pictures all over it. And inside the bench, got a little heart there and KQ and some more crayon everywhere. But yeah, little piano bench. Now, I'm sure these don't sell all that often since no one plays piano anymore. But what we're going to do is dress it up, and we're going to call it an entryway bench with internal storage and see if this will sell. Now, I think I paid $10 for this one. But my plan is I'm going to sand it down, restain the top, that beautiful tiger oak, and the legs, which are oak as well. I'm going to sand them up and actually paint those. So let's get the sander out and get started on dressing up this piano bench and trying to make it into something it's not. So here's a closer look. You can see it's not in terrible shape, but it's not in great shape. Here's a previous repair. I'll probably double check that, make sure that's still good. Nice solid plywood bottom with all the coloring on it. Over here we've got a, I don't know, it's like a 9-legged anteater or something drawn on there. But yeah, we're going to tear off the top. We'll tear off with screwdrivers. We're not savages. We're going to take off the top. We're going to sand that down. We'll take off the little booster and sand that down, and then sand the legs and move on to prep for paint and stain on the top. We're going to redo that one with stain. Different color though, because I'm not a huge fan of that orangey. So let's get the top taken off and keep on cranking on this awesome little project. So we got all the hinges off the top, and they look pretty good, except for this one. Looks like the beavers got at it. So we're going to have to fix that up before we put on the new paint and put the hinges back on, because we're not going to want to just cover that up. We're going to want to fix it and make it look better. Well, what I was hoping was a beautiful piece of oak turned out to be a piece of oak veneer, apparently. So I'm trying to sand it carefully down to get rid of the orange, but leave the pattern so that I can bring it back with a different color stain. The sides I'm going to have to paint, because essentially it's a piece of plywood. But anyway, we'll learn as we get going here. We'll probably find some more surprises. So here on the piano bench top, not piano bench, sorry, entryway bench with internal storage, the color I'm choosing to use is this golden oak stain. So that's what we're going to try to bring some life to this top. So stay tuned, we'll see how that turns out. Now this isn't a two-part stain and poly, so I'm going to have to come back with some polyurethane and coat this a couple times afterwards. But as far as the stain goes, I think I'm liking this color. It's better than the orange color it was before. And that's really what I was after. Something a little lighter. Not quite as bright as I was hoping, but still pretty good. Doesn't really matter what angle I hit this from. I'm getting the reflection of the light, but hopefully you can see the color of that golden oak on here. All right, we'll let that dry and put on some poly. Now for the bench itself, we're going to go with this semi-matte black paint. I wish it had a name, but it's just leftover paint that we had here in the barn, and since the price is right, being already paid for, that's what we're going to use. And my intention is to finish it off with a matte clear coat once it dries. I'm going to go ahead and start painting this up. So I'm not sure how many coats this is going to take in all. I'm going to do at least 2 and see how it looks before we put the matte clear coat on it. Turns out this black is just the slightest bit gray. It's like a really dark charcoal, which I think is going to work out quite well on this piece. But it all depends on what somebody's willing to buy in the end. How much do you think we should put on this bench? Or is it too early to tell yet? So we got the charcoal-like paint complete. We actually got a coat of matte clear coat. Actually 2 coats of matte clear coat complete as well. Now that's the underside of the top over here. Still got to flip that over and put some gloss clear coat on the stain that we put on earlier. And then it's time to start putting it back together and post online, see if we can sell this thing. Well, we're making some real positive headway. So we've got all the hinges back on. The only thing I have left to do, actually 2 things. One is I got a liner to put on the bottom just to dress it up a bit. And I need to do 1 more coat of clear coat on the top. And then this thing is good to go. So let's peel that tape off and do 1 last coat and then put the lining in the bottom. Again, we're using the semi-gloss on the top and we use the matte on the black paint. Stuff goes on a little milky, but it dries clear. Pretty excited to have this done today, actually. Been working on it off and on for about a week now. So here we are staging the little bench, the entryway bench, although we don't have much of an entryway here at the house, but it looks nice here just the same. You can see the charcoal body with the matte finish and the tiger oak top with a semi-gloss. And then if we open it up, you can see how well it stores some scarves and hats and that kind of thing. So we just posted to Facebook Marketplace for $40. We'll see if she sells. I'll check back in with you in a second. Well, I guess $40 was the right price on that little bench. Had a lot of initial interest, and I sold it to a neighbor in about 15 minutes from the time I posted it. So I call that a win. Somebody gets to enjoy it. I had fun building it. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Trying New Things. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.